Hello friends. Up until now, in all the trading books we've read and explained, one thing has always been common. Everyone teaches you the same. Maintain discipline, control emotions, have patience. And yes, that's all true. But there's another truth, one that's not written openly in books. It's the truth that emerges from the screams of traders in the market's alleys. That truth is that sometimes, no matter how disciplined you are, the market will still shock you and knock you down. In other words, friends, books show you the path, but the market shows you your reality. Just think, if trading were as simple as patience and discipline, why isn't every other person a millionaire today? Why do millions still lose their hard-earned money and say, "Man, the stock market is just gambling"? The real issue is that trading books often tell you what you want to hear. But today, we'll talk about the reality that might make your hair stand on end. The truths hidden inside the market. The things no one tells you straight up. The mistakes that cause thousands to lose repeatedly without understanding where the loss really started. But have you ever thought that in the real arena of the market, where billions of dollars are at play, the rules aren't just about emotional control? There, the battle is about speed. Friends, the world's biggest traders now are those who make decisions worth millions in the blink of an eye. These aren't humans, they're warriors running at machine speeds. And the book that reveals all this to you is The Speed Traders, written by Edgar Perez. This book shows the reality that's hidden from ordinary traders, how high-frequency trading has transformed Wall Street, how a few people control the entire market with speed and technology, and how a tiny mistake in this game can wipe out your hard work in an instant. And friends, the most dangerous truth is that if you don't understand this world, you'll always remain the pawns that these speed traders easily defeat. But if you're ready to learn the secrets of this high-speed war, stay tuned, because we're about to reveal those 10 secrets that will shake your thinking. And remember, each secret isn't just a lesson. It's the key to your next step. So, don't skip this audiobook, because Edgar Perez's The Speed Traders is about to bring you the truth that could change the direction of your trading journey forever. Friends, the first secret from The Speed Traders is broker and market manipulation, and that's where the game begins. Look, today's reality is that every new trader thinks the market is clean and straightforward. Only charts and technicals rule here. But the truth isn't as bright as it seems. Edgar Perez says it clearly, the market isn't always fair. The real battle isn't just between you and your decisions. It's also against those hidden hands pulling strings from behind the curtain. Now think. You do your homework, analyze charts, catch every pattern, but suddenly the price moves against your expectations. You think, "Man, why does the market always beat me?" In reality, sometimes it's not just the market. It's your broker's trick, big players' traps, and the truth of manipulation. People think their losses are their fault. But Edgar Perez warns, the mistake isn't always yours. Sometimes the whole system is bent on defeating you. That's the first secret. It stings, right? Because every trader has felt it at some point. This market runs against me. And that's where the real truth is hidden. Brokers sometimes hunt your stop losses. Big institutions sometimes deliberately shift prices to scare retail traders out. And when you're out, the real move starts. Think how many times your stop loss got hit, and then the price reversed. How many times the market's direction flipped suddenly. This isn't magic. It's the dark reality that people don't accept. Edgar Perez says, a trader who ignores manipulation is a trader already defeated. If you haven't understood this aspect of the game, you've lost before it even starts. Now the question arises, does this mean trading is impossible? No, it means you have to stay aware. You have to understand that not every move is clean. There are players in the market whose goal is to scare small traders out. But this is where the difference between a real trader and an ordinary one comes in. The ordinary trader complains, "Everything's against me," while the real trader thinks, "If this manipulation is happening, I need to learn to recognize it." Friends, this truth is a bit bitter. You might feel trading is gambling, but that's not true. The truth is you're playing in a system where the rules are made against you. And the real player is the one who understands those rules and still wins. So next time you feel the market suddenly win against you, remember, it might be brokers and big players' tricks. And that's the first lesson. Without understanding this reality, you can't survive. But it doesn't end here, because now the question is, if the game is this dirty, how do traders make their place? How to avoid these traps? How to recognize when a move is real and when it's just a snare. The answer is hidden in secret number 2. And believe me, when you hear it, you'll think, yes, that's the key I needed all along. Friends, if this first secret shook you, hold on, because the next revelation will change your thinking entirely. Friends, the second secret from the speed traders is data versus reality. You've often heard that data is everything. Everywhere it's said, look at charts, patterns, indicators. That's the truth. But what's the reality? The truth is that behind every piece of market data lies a reality you can never see on the chart. Just think, if data were everything, wouldn't every person in the world who studied indicators, memorized patterns, and learned formulas be a millionaire trader? But the reality is the opposite. Data shows you the picture, but reality teaches you the truth. Data says the trend is up. Reality says the trend is up because big players bought from the bottom and are now ready to sell. Data says breakout happened. Reality says the breakout is just a trap to ensnare small traders so big players can extract liquidity. Friends, this is the most dangerous game. You chase data day and night, analyze every candle under a microscope, but forget that data only shows the past, not the future. Reality is what market makers, institutions, and insiders create. That's why thousands of traders follow book strategies and still lose. Now the question is, why doesn't this difference make sense? Because human eyes see only what they want to see. For example, when you sit to take a trade, your mind is already biased. If your heart says the market will go up, you'll see that in the data, bullish patterns, support levels, confirmation candles. But reality might be the opposite. Smart money has already planned to drop it. And when the market falls, you're shocked. How did this happen? Remember, friends, data never lies, but it never tells the full story either. The chart only shows numbers, but the moves behind the numbers can only be seen by those who understand market psychology. Edgar Perez teaches exactly this. Speed trading is not about looking at what data shows you. It's about anticipating what data is hiding from you. How many times have you seen a perfect setup, textbook pattern, everything right per data, and still the trade failed? And how many times did you think your strategy was wrong? But the truth isn't that the strategy was wrong. It's that you ignored reality. Reality is that the market doesn't run on rules from books. It runs on rules made by big players, and those won't show clearly in data. That's why small traders get trapped repeatedly. They only see the surface, not the depth. Take volume data as an example. Everyone says if volume is increasing, the trend is strong. But reality is that volume increases in two situations. Either smart money is entering or exiting. The difference is that data shows both the same, and that's the trap. So friends, if you really want to become a speed trader, stop chasing data and understand the reality behind it. Candle size, trend line angle, RSI number. These are tools, not truth. The truth is what doesn't show on the chart, market participants' intentions. Now you might be thinking, so what do? We can't trust data. Reality isn't visible. What's the way? And that's where the real journey begins. Because understanding this gap between data and reality is the first key to the door that takes you to a different world. A world where traders who only look at data lose, and those who read reality win. But now the big question is, if reality is so hidden, how to recognize it? What method lets you understand if data is confusing you or telling the truth? The answer is hidden in the next secret from the speed traders. And I promise, when you hear it, you'll think, this is the mistake I make every day. Friends, the third secret from the speed traders is the illusion of patterns. What's the biggest trick in the market? Patterns. Yes, those patterns we search for day and night. Head and shoulders, double bottom, flag, triangle, cup and handle. These are the snares every new trader falls into. Because we think the market is a book and patterns are its words. But the reality is that patterns are just an illusion. What you see isn't always true. Just think, if head and shoulders always meant the market goes down, wouldn't all traders in the world just catch that pattern and become millionaires? If bull flags always worked, wouldn't every trader hunt flags and get rich? But the truth is that patterns are as dangerous as they seem trustworthy. They give you comfort, a false belief that the market will move your way. But reality is that these patterns are created to trap you. When millions of traders see the same pattern, big players know where the crowd will enter. and that's when they play the opposite game. Take an example. You see a clean breakout pattern on the chart. Data confirms it. Indicators support it. Your confidence is sky high, and you enter the trade. For the first few seconds, everything looks perfect. Price goes up, profit shows, and then suddenly, price reverses. Stop loss hit, and you're left wondering, how did this happen? The pattern was right. This is what Edgar Perez shows you in reality. He says, patterns are not signals. They are illusions created by crowd psychology. Patterns work only as long as the crowd chases them. And as soon as the crowd enters, smart money traps the crowd and plays the reverse. That's why patterns seem trustworthy only in books, not in the real market. And here's another truth. The biggest danger of patterns is that they bias your mind. You look at a chart, and your subconscious automatically searches for what it already knows. If you've heard of head and shoulders, you'll see it in every chart. If you've read about flag patterns, every move looks like a flag. And that's the illusion of patterns. The market doesn't deceive you. Your eyes do. Friends, this is why thousands of traders lose their money every year in the name of patterns. They can't see the truth. The truth is that the market seems random, but behind it is a game of psychology and manipulation. Patterns are just the surface of that manipulation. The real moves are hidden beneath. Now you might be thinking, so should we stop trusting patterns altogether? No, understand patterns, but don't blindly trust them. A pattern is just context, not certainty. It tells you where the crowd is looking. And from there, you have to understand where smart money will play the next move. Remember, following a pattern is following crowd psychology. But understanding the move behind the pattern is following smart money psychology. And the winner is the one who understands smart money's moves, not the crowd's. And now the biggest question arises. If patterns are just illusions, is there something that really works? Some secret that catches the market's real pulse, not the crowd's? Edgar Perez reveals this in the next secret. And I can say with certainty that when you hear it, the only voice in your mind will be, this is what I've been missing all along. Friends, the fourth secret from the speed traders is dark pools and hidden orders. Now, just think. You're sitting in front of the market screen, watching charts, trying to understand every order's tick. You think you're seeing everything. But the reality is that the real game isn't even showing on your screen. This is the world of dark pools. Big funds and investment banks don't place their million-dollar orders directly on the exchange. Why? Because if they did, the market would shake immediately, and small traders like you and me would get swept in the wave. So they execute their trades hidden in dark pools, a dark corner of the market where only big players play. Just imagine, on your screen, you see 100 shares bought, 200 sold. But at the same time, somewhere else, a deal for 10 lakh shares has already happened, and you have no clue. That's why price often moves suddenly, and you're stunned. How did this happen? Friends, those are the hidden orders. Edgar Perez says, until you accept this reality, you'll feel the market is against you. In truth, the market isn't against you. Your view is incomplete. You're not seeing the full game, and that's why most day traders feel defeated for no reason. And the darkest truth is that the system is built this way, to benefit big players and keep small traders in the dark. Now the question isn't whether you can stop dark pools or not. The question is how you change your game by understanding this reality. Because once you accept that not everything is clean on your screen, that's when you start asking the right questions. That's when you learn to live with that invisible force present behind every trade. But friends, now another sting arises in the heart. If the market is this analysis, looked at charts, caught patterns, but suddenly the market hit your stop and then ran in the direction you were right about. That pain, that anger, that too bad. Every trader has felt it. And that's the cruel reality of liquidity traps. But the real fear doesn't end here. Liquidity traps aren't just about money. They're a battle for the mind too. Because every time the market deceives you like this, a poison seeps into your mind. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe trading isn't for me. And this thinking slowly defeats you. When in reality, you weren't wrong. You were just trapped. Now the question arises, is there any defense against this? Yes, but first understand that the market always seeks liquidity, and liquidity is in retail traders' weaknesses. If you think like the crowd, you'll get trapped. If you think differently from the crowd, you'll avoid the trap. Edgar Perez gives us another lesson here. speed traders never place orders in obvious places. They know the crowd's path is the path to death. They hide their entries and exits where sharks' eyes don't reach. But now another scary question arises in the heart. If avoiding liquidity traps is the real game, can we really beat these sharks? Is there a way to decode market psychology and stand above the trap instead of falling into it? The answer is hidden in the next secret. And believe me, that secret will shake the roots of your thinking. Friends, the sixth secret from the speed traders is hidden patterns of the market. We all look at the market through charts, candles, and indicators. We think everything is written there. If a green candle forms, it'll go up, red candle, down. But the truth isn't that simple. The real game is hidden in patterns that not everyone's eyes catch. These are hidden patterns, the moves that stay hidden from the crowd's eyes. But in truth, big players play on these very patterns. Just think how many times you've seen a perfect setup, textbook pattern, entered, and the market washed you out the opposite way. This happens because you only saw the pattern everyone else saw. But the hidden pattern escaped your eyes. And these hidden patterns make the market clever. Edgar Perez tells us a truth here. The market always looks simple on the surface, but underneath, it speaks a coded language. If you don't understand that language, you'll get trapped. Hidden patterns are exactly that. Small signals in price action, unusual liquidity movements, sudden breath changes in the order book, volume suddenly disappearing. These are all clues. And the one who learns to read them is called a speed trader. But the most dangerous thing is that hidden patterns don't just work on charts. They work on our psychology too. Have you ever noticed? When you think this is definitely going up, it goes down. When you think, now it's over, it reverses. This isn't magic. It's a hidden psychology pattern that runs against crowd thinking. Now a big question arises in the heart. If hidden patterns are the real game, how can retail traders catch them? The answer is simple. Think differently from the crowd. Don't just look at charts, listen to them. Don't see candles as lines, see them as emotions. Every tick is a scream. Every move is a story. And when you learn to listen, the hidden pattern emerges right before your eyes. But now the suspense starts here, because once you recognize a hidden pattern, the next battle begins. Can you trust that pattern? Because the market's real poison is this. Sometimes the pattern is true, and sometimes it's deliberately placed to trap you. And that's the real mystery revealed in the next secret. It will tell you which pattern in the market is true and which is just illusion. And believe me, that secret will shake the foundation of your trading mind. Friends, the seventh secret from the speed traders is pattern truth versus pattern illusion. We all hunt patterns on charts. Head and shoulders, double top, cup and handle. These are like science to us. We think if this pattern shows, the market will go in that direction. But the truth is that not every pattern is true. Sometimes the pattern that looks like a jackpot is the biggest snare. This is what Edgar Perez warns us about. He says, the market uses patterns not to reveal itself, but to hide its true intentions. Patterns aren't as clear as we're taught. The real question isn't if the pattern appeared or not. It's if the pattern is true or illusion. Just think how many times you've seen a breakout, entered confidently, and the next moment the market spun the other way. Or shorted on a breakdown, and suddenly price shot up. That's the illusion of patterns. The market shows you what it wants you to see, and when you're trapped, the real move starts. The real thing is that every pattern has two faces, truth and illusion. And only the trader who sees not with the crowd's eyes, but with the market's intent can tell the difference. When millions are seeing the same pattern, understand that the illusion has started because the crowd never wins. But the scariest thing is that illusion always comes in the shape of reality. It looks so real that your mind can't refuse to believe it. And that's the market's biggest weapon in psychology. When you're filled with certainty, that's when it's time to break you. So now the question arises, is there a way to understand which pattern is real and which is illusion? Yes, and that way isn't just chart reading, it's reading context. A pattern alone isn't truth, its environment is. Volume, order flow, news, liquidity. These decide if the pattern is true or a trap. But if you believe just by seeing the shape, understand you've lost half the battle. And that's the biggest secret. Don't trust every pattern. The market is a master of illusions, and victory belongs to the one who can read the intent behind the pattern. But now another question arises in the heart. If patterns can deceive us too, is there really a trustworthy tool? Something a trader can believe in with eyes closed? The answer is hidden in the next secret, and believe me, that answer will shake the base of your trading. Friends, the eighth secret from the speed traders is the only reliable tool. We've talked about patterns so far, the illusions that trap us, and you've probably felt that sometimes a pattern seems true, but the next moment it empties your pocket. And then one question arises in the heart. So what to trust? If patterns are false, data is manipulated, liquidity is a trap, what should a trader believe in? This question cuts every trader's heart. And this is where Edgar Perez tells us a bitter but necessary truth. There's only one thing in the market you can trust, and it's not an indicator, not a chart pattern, not a guru's tip. It's risk management. Yes, friends, that's the one tool that can't be manipulated. No matter how fast the market runs, no matter what big games institutions play, if you've defined your risk, no force can finish you. Risk is the boundary that saves your capital. Risk is the shield that protects you from every market deception. Now, it might seem boring to you. You might think such big suspense, and the answer is just risk management. But think, every trader who lost, their real mistake was ignoring risk. They assumed the pattern would save them, the strategy would save them. But when the market turned, no pattern worked, no strategy worked. Only one thing could have saved them: stop loss. Risk management isn't glamorous. It doesn't show dreams of Lamborghinis or millions in profit. But this is the truth that's the root of every successful trader. This is the trustworthy tool the market can't manipulate, because risk is in your hands. Think, if you decide in every trade that you'll only lose this much, you'll never be finished. The market can beat you, knock you down, but not end you. And that's the biggest truth in trading. Survival is success. But here's another dark reality. Risk management sounds easy, but is the hardest to do, because the human mind is its own enemy. When profit shows, greed says increase risk. When loss happens, hope says remove stop loss. Maybe the market will turn. And in that hope, the whole account blows up. So the real battle isn't with risk, it's with your mind. And the trader who can keep risk above emotions wins. Edgar Perez says, the best traders are not the ones who win big, but the ones who lose small. That's the real game changer. Now the question is, if risk is the real trust, can it make a trader a millionaire? Or is it limited to survival? Can controlling risk alone fulfill the dreams you entered the market for? The secret to that is hidden in the next secret, and believe me, it will force you to think if trading is just a game of making money or the ultimate test of character. Friends, the ninth secret from the speed traders is trading is the ultimate test of character. Look, when we step into the market, we think it's a game of making money. Reading charts, applying strategies, earning profits, that's it. But the real truth is much deeper. Edgar Perez says it clearly. Trading is not just about money. It is about who you are when everything is on the line. The market is actually a mirror of your true personality. If you're cowardly inside, the market will show you fear. If you're greedy, the market will drown you in greed. If you're impatient, the market will force you to make hasty decisions repeatedly. If you're ego-driven, the market will shatter your ego. Every candle, every move, every tick, these aren't just numbers. They're a test of your character. The market asks, can you have patience? Can you control yourself? Can you stand up after losing? And if the answer is no, the market won't even give you the right to survive. Just think how many times you've taken a revenge trade right after a loss. How many times you've removed stop loss in greed. How many times you've booked profit early just because your heart said, take it now or it'll all go. This isn't your psychology, it's your character. And the market catches these flaws and defeats you. The real thing is that trading isn't a game of charts, it's a game of character. The trader who conquers themselves, the market bows before them automatically. And the one who loses to themselves, no strategy, no indicator, no book works for them. And now the biggest question stands. If trading is a test of character, how to pass this test? Is there a formula to change yourself? To reach the level where even the market respects you? The secret to that is hidden in the next and most dangerous secret. And believe me, hearing it will make you feel. This is the truth I've always avoided. Friends, the last and 10th secret from the speed traders is the final enemy is you. Yes, it sounds simple, but in reality, it's the biggest truth. Edgar Perez says, machines, brokers, institutions, these are external enemies. But the real enemy sits inside your own mind. Just think what we've seen so far: broker and market manipulation, data versus reality, illusion of patterns, liquidity traps, hidden orders, speed and psychology, test of character. These are all real enemies. But if you still lose after beating them all, the reason is only one: you. The market shows you a mirror every day. If you're greedy, greed amplifies and comes forward. If you're cowardly, fear grows in every trade and stops you from decisions. If you're overconfident, the market teaches you a lesson and breaks your ego. If you're undisciplined, the market punishes you repeatedly until you break. The real game is this: trading isn't a fight with anyone else, it's a fight with yourself. The market rewards you only as much as you can control yourself. And here's the final secret: win yourself, and you will win the market. Lose yourself, and you lose everything. Just think how many times you've told yourself, just today, take more risk. How many times you've broken discipline and then blamed yourself. The market never forces you to do anything. It just mirrors your weaknesses. And if you don't recognize the enemy inside, no external strategy or system can save you. This is why all the secrets lead here and leave you. Broker manipulations, data illusions, liquidity traps, pattern games. These are layers. But the final layer is you. And until you conquer this final layer, the market will always be your master. Now the question is before you. Are you ready to defeat this enemy? Because the day you conquer yourself, from that day the market won't be a scary monster anymore, but just a game you can play and win with rules. And this is why in all the trading-related books we've explained so far, the basic things repeat: discipline, patience, emotion control, risk management, consistency. Because that's the truth in trading. Market charts change, strategies change, but human psychology stays the same. Every new trader's first mistake is the same: greed to get rich quick, overtrading, betting without a plan. And people comment that you repeat the same things, nothing new. So let me tell you clearly, we tell the same things that are written in the book. We just explain the book in our way so it's easy for you to understand. And that's why we had to explain this book today, so you understand that to win trading, you first need to win yourself. Like in this audiobook today, the things we've learned come back to the same. The one who conquers themselves can conquer the market. So friends, I hope you've understood it well. Friends, if these 10 secrets from the speed traders touched your heart, if you felt, yes, these are the things I needed to know, now it's your turn. Like this video so we know you're truly valuing this knowledge. Comment below which secret touched your heart the most, and don't forget to share it with your friends, because this trading reality needs to reach every trader. And yes, if you want to know more such dark realities and hidden truths, subscribe to the channel, because the real journey has just begun. Remember, friends, to win the market, first winning yourself is essential. Thank you.